Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and this video is going to be going over all of the new champions that were released today, so let's get into it. Alrighty, so as we pull up the tab here on the left, the news, we can see 16 new champions released, and I'm not going to go through here and read these all off to you because I'm just going to go ahead and jump straight into it and go through them one by one. We will start at the commons and work our way up to the legendaries. So first, we're going to go over Lurker, which is a dark elf common, and I think it's going to be this one here. Okay, I'll just go over these, lower tier ones quickly and kind of let you know if they have any sort of utility for beginners or not. So we got one ability that attacks one enemy and places a poison. So for uber beginners, this could be an option against the clan boss. I could see it as a common champion. Not worth 6-starring, but I could see placing poisons being like an early game option. All right, next, let's go over Vile Spawn, which is Demon Spawn, uncommon. Here we go. Alrighty, we've got attack one enemy, 5% chance of decrease attack. Okay, again, a good beginner clan boss ability. And yeah, definitely not worth 6-starring again, but could be an early game attack down option. Definitely not great though. Next, we will go Barbarians. It's going to be Head Taker and uncommon right here. Okay, we've got all right. 50% chance of decreasing the turn meter by 20%. Yeah, I don't really see a whole lot of utility here. Looks like it's just going to be food. All right, now we're going to go into the dwarves. And we're looking for Perforator, which is a rare. So right here, we got a dwarven crossbowman. Okay. Really low base speed. So probably going to be some sort of turn meter boosting. Attack one enemy with a 30% chance of placing a poison for 1 turn. Attack one enemy, ignore defense, grant extra turn of a kill. 35% chance of placing a fear debuff on the target for 1 turn. When this champion's hit with a critical hit. Okay, so not bad. This has the potential of being a pretty impactful passive, which is why they put the base speed a little bit low, I guess. I need to kind of do a little bit of theory crafting to see how good fear and true fear are going to be, like how reliable and impactful they're going to be. I think it definitely has potential to be really impactful, so I don't really know what to say about this. That could be a good passive for a rare with an A1 that places poison. Could be a decent rare. I need to do more testing about fear. It's a very new mechanic to the game. Next, we're going to go High Elves. Okay, we're looking for right here. Oh, we just got a Spirit Host reskin. Looks like the blonde Spirit Host. Really good base speed for a rare. Attack one enemy with a 20% chance of placing a decreased attack. Okay, that's a good rare for a void with a decent chance of decreased attack. Okay, I like that so far. Remove all debuffs from all allies. Kind of the same as Spirit Host. Then a 15% continuous heal buff. That's not bad. Okay, on a 3-turn cooldown, that's a pretty decent support so far. Revive an ally and fill their turn meter. Okay. This is probably going to be slotting up into my good tier for rares. Really good base speed and a kit that's got some decent early to mid game support utility. Yeah, I like the design of this champion. All right. Next, we're going to go into the Undead. Ghoulish Ranger is a rare. Got to be this one here. Looks like Hollow, the archer. Attacks one enemy, decrease accuracy, extra hit. Okay. One enemy, 40% leech. Okay. So HP burn, and then could be a decent early to mid game clan boss option, I guess. All right, next we're going into the Ogrein tribes. And we're going to be going right here. Ogrein Jailer. The first thing that kind of comes to my head is, I wonder why it's Ogrein Jailer. It's kind of like repetitive. it's in Ogryn Tribes, and then you call it Ogryn Jailer. It's like calling, you know, Sacred Order Martyr. You know, like, just kind of seems repetitive. It should just be like Jailer. But anyway, attack one enemy with a 40% chance of removing a buff. That's a good A1. Stealing 2 random buffs. Okay, so we'll be really good in the magic dungeon. We'll be S tier. Damage increases. Accuracy. 99 base speed. And then, yeah. So, Ogryn Jailer will be S tier for the magic dungeon because he's force countering the magic affinity and also has 2 different abilities that can remove the shield buff from the magic boss. So, definitely at least some utility there. Now we're going to go dwarves again. And we are looking for... We're going to go epics now. Gala long braids, okay. We've got attack one enemy 2 times. Each hit ignores 30% of the target's defense and places a shield buff. Okay. That's not bad. That's not a bad A1. Attack one enemy, ignore 50% when attacking under shield buff. Heals this champion. Okay, so going to be making herself really tanky. I'd like to see a little bit more team utility. Grants an extra turn if this champion has full HP after using this skill. Okay, so could be really good for the Fire Knight. And yeah, could be interesting. It's tough to grade this one. We've got multi-hit and multi-hit grants extra turn. So, yeah, could be good against the Fire Knight and is void, so will never be weak. So, I could see some utility here. Doesn't seem amazing, but seems decent. Potential, I should say. All right, next let's go into the Undead. And, oh, we've got 2 epics here. Yeah, 2 epics. Defiled Sinner. Attacks one enemy, 50% chance of decreasing defense. Okay, before attacking. If 5 or more enemies are alive, does the following instead. Attack all enemies. 25%. Okay, very interesting A1. Really good for, like, the Spider Den. Pair him with, like, Dark Aethel for the Spider Den. Attack one enemy, then attacks all enemies with damage. Inflicting damage equal to 15% of their max HP. Interesting. Wow, okay. Attack all enemies. Wow. Yeah, so could be really good for the Spider Den. We'd have to see kind of how the multipliers work, but I like the design of this champion. Some interesting mechanics and some potential I'd want to jump in and test. So champion kind of looks fun. I like that one. Next, we're going to be going right... No, not you. Mausoleum Mage. Looks like Gorgorab a little bit. 104 base speed is good. One enemy, 30% chance of placing, decreased speed. That's okay. Block debuffs on all allies. 3-turn cooldown also places. That's not bad. That's a pretty good ability. Remove all debuffs from all allies, then heal all allies by 10% of this champion's max HP. Heals each ally by a further 10%. Okay. Yeah, so pretty decent support abilities. Looks okay. Maybe not god tier, but looks like it has utility. Alright, so after that, we are going to go into the Barbarians. And we're going to go over Suai Firstborn. Attack one enemy. Man, some of these abilities are long in this wave of adding champions. 50% increase attack buff on the champion for 2 turns if the attack kills an enemy. Okay, a decent for an A1. Attack one enemy, then attack all enemies with a second hit if this attack is critical. I like that because we usually build our DPSers with a lot of crit. Will be a normal hit. Okay, but decent AoE for dungeons. But not a lot of team utility yet, which we need to see. Attacks one enemy. Yeah, not enough AoE team utility to be a void epic, but you know, will probably slot towards the lower end of the epic rankings. So next we are going Barb's epic right here. Maeve. A1, attack one enemy, 40% chance of placing a sleep for 1 turn. 50% chance of granting an extra turn. Okay, interesting. It's okay for an A1. Place a stun debuff. 4-turn cooldown is too long for a one-hitter. Attack one enemy. Enemies killed by this skill cannot be revived. At least it's on a 3-turn cooldown, but again, not enough utility, general utility for an epic. I don't think could be decent in Faction Wars, because sleeps and stuns seem to be pretty good in Faction Wars. So maybe not garbage, but doesn't seem, you know, exceedingly good or anything. All right. Next, we're going to be going into the legendaries now. Okay, so here we go. So Barbs and right here. Elder Skarg. Okay, a base speed of 105 and lots of stuff going on here. An A1, place a 30% increased speed buff on this champion for 2 turns if the attack is critical. I like that. On this champion for 2 turns. Okay. So that's basically going to be permanent. Place a 30% if the attack is not critical. Interesting. Okay, so that second part's probably never going to happen because you're going to build in with crit in the end game to get the permanent speed buff, I guess. Okay, interesting. Attack one enemy 3 times. Places an extra hit for each buff or debuff. Can place up. So this can hit 6 times. Places an HP burn debuff for 2 turns and a true fear debuff for 1 turn if this attack places all 3. So if they have 3 buffs or debuffs, it's going to hit 6 times, place an HP burn, and a true fear. Wow. Okay, so it could be really good for the Fire Knight. And could be really good for Faction Wars. This is interesting. Wow, a lot going on here too. A 60% increased defense buff on this champion for 3 turns. Place a fear debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. Interesting. True fear debuff for 1 turn on targets under block damage buffs. Place a 30% decreased speed debuff for 2 turns on targets under shield debuffs. Cannot be resisted. Okay. Could be really good in the arena, I guess. If you can fear them and get them to not be able to use their stuff. And if they have shields, you'll decrease their speed. If you can get him to have insane speed and use that first, I guess. Revive or receives 15% less damage from legendary champions. Interesting. I wonder if that applies to, like, legendary champions from the campaign. Like, you know how sometimes the boss will be, like, you know, Battle Khazar is, like, stage 8. I wonder if that applies to the campaign or not. Just kind of on a side note. But probably not. It's probably more of an arena thing. Increases ally crit rate in the arena by 30%. So you could really build an arena team that nukes crazy hard with, like, crit damage gloves and stuff. Okay. Elder Skarg looks decent. It's really tough to rate this. There's a lot going on here. But, you know, looks solid. Just kind of my first impression. Okay. And then Grohawk. We're going to be going into the Orcs. Grohawk the Bloodied. Attack 2 times at random. Each hit has a 35% chance of placing a decreased speed. Okay. Attack all enemies. Fill this champion's turn meter by 20%. Interesting. Okay. Attack 1 enemy and steals the target's max turn meter. What? Attack 1 enemy. Steal the target's max turn meter. Doesn't everybody have the same max turn meter? And the only difference is how fast your turn meter fills up? So does this mean it just steals the target's turn meter, like whatever it's filled up to? I'm kind of, maybe I'm missing something here. Like I wanted to do a live reaction video, so I haven't really like read Reddit or any of the forums or anything, so I can react live. But yeah, I don't really understand this. Max turn meter. Everybody's turn meter max is the same, and the only difference is how fast you fill it. So I'm curious as to why that's worded like that. Maybe I'm missing something though. Let me know down in the comments. Increases ally speed in dungeons by 24%. That's a pretty good aura. I do like that. So yeah, I don't know how to rate this. This could be decent. He's a speed debuffer and a turn meter stealer, so could be a decent dungeon farmer. Looks interesting. All right, next let's go into the High Elves. And Basilius Roanas. Looks like Royal Huntsman a little bit here. Maybe it is Royal Huntsman. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's just a reskin of Royal Huntsman. Okay. Attack one enemy with an 80% chance of stealing one random buff from the target. This, again, is going to be really good versus the Magic Keep. Attack one enemy 3 times, ignore shield, and block damage buffs. Wow, yeah, so definitely amazing versus the Magic Boss. Attack all enemies, 50% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. Decreases each target's turn meter by 50% if the stun is not placed. 4 turns. Not bad. Basilius looks okay. It's tough. Obviously, S tier against the Magic Keep, but that's not... We need champions that are S tier against, like, the clan boss and the arena and, you know, a multitude of different dungeons. A little bit too early to say, but yeah, looks pretty average and middle of the road, I guess. And then the last one is going to be the Orc Legendary right here. Tila Gormain. Attack one enemy, steal a random buff from the target. Oh, damage based on HP. I like that. We don't have enough of those champions in the game. So, again, great versus the Magic Boss for sure. One enemy place an HP burn for 2 turns. Place a 50 on all allies. Ooh, that's good. On all allies for 2 turns if critical. I like that ability. HP, it's on a 4-turn cooldown. She would be insane if we could book this to a 3-turn. So yeah, it's okay, but we can't book it to a 3-turn. Attack all enemies, 85% chance of placing a leech and a heal reduction. Okay. A lot of potential here on this one if this was 3 turns. 4 turns kind of slides her down a little bit into just being like decent, I guess. But I wouldn't say like really good. Ally resist in all battles by 35. Again, could be decent for faction wars though. So yeah. But okay. That's going to kind of do it here. I wanted to go over all the champions and just kind of give you my live reaction, pulling them up and just kind of going by what I think on the face value. If you disagree with anything I said about these champions, or if I missed something that, you know, a champion that's like insane and I just seem to have missed them or something, let me know what you think about the new champions down in the comments. I always enjoy hearing your input. And yeah, as always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.